In recent political discourse, the concept of strong leadership has been highlighted as a key factor for effective governance. Madison, what do you think distinguishes a great leader from mere role fillers in politics?
Great leaders inspire change and have a clear vision. They rally their team to reach common goals. For instance, Marco Rubio's recent transformation into a more assertive figure shows the influence of strong mentorship, possibly from a leader like Trump. His approach reminds me of a sports coach instilling discipline and ambition in their team.
It's intriguing you mention Rubio. However, critics suggest that authoritative styles alienate certain demographics, potentially leading to division. Isn't there a risk of strong leadership clashing with inclusivity?
Absolutely, that's a valid concern. A study on leadership styles in politics found that leaders who focus solely on authority can overlook the importance of diverse perspectives. Yet some argue that a focus on results can eventually foster unity, driving a nation towards shared prosperity. Just think about how effective sports teams operate with clear strategies.
Taking this example further, how might strong leadership evolve in the future? Would it balance firmness with empathy in decision-making?
I believe the future of politics will indeed see an amalgamation of empathy with efficient decision-making. As global challenges become more complex, leaders will need to listen to diverse voices while making firm, informed decisions. This new wave of leadership might be driven by technological advances enabling more inclusive participation.
The media's influence on political landscapes is undeniable. Recent coverage has shifted perspectives on political figures dramatically. Tom, what role do you think media plays in shaping a politician's image?
Media acts as both a mirror and a magnifier. It reflects current events and amplifies certain narratives. For example, public perception of Marco Rubio has shifted due to selective media portrayals, similar to how commentators critique a player's performance in sports. The media's spotlight can elevate or undermine political figures based on framing and focus.
Yet, isn't there a risk that the quest for sensational stories leads to misinformation or biased reporting? How can audiences discern facts in such a landscape?
That's a significant risk, definitely. A recent Pew Research study highlighted that 62% of Americans feel news is influenced by political agendas. However, with increasing media literacy initiatives and access to diverse information sources, audiences are gradually learning to critically evaluate the news they consume. Cross-referencing facts from multiple outlets is becoming more commonplace.
As media evolves, do you foresee changes in how political discourse is communicated to the public?
Indeed, as technology advances, we might witness a shift towards more interactive and immediate forms of news dissemination. Virtual debates and real-time fact-checking could become standard features of political media engagement, enabling a more informed and engaged audience.
Transparency in government actions has become a pressing public demand, especially with platforms like C-SPAN making legislations more visible. Madison, what impact does this have on public trust in government?
Transparency is pivotal in building public trust. When officials are forthcoming about their actions, as seen in recent congressional hearings, it demystifies political processes and fosters accountability. For example, the public's view of Rubio improved as he made his positions clear, not unlike athletes who openly discuss their training regimens to assure fans of their dedication.
Nevertheless, constant monitoring can lead to over-scrutiny and paralysis by analysis. Could this transparency hinder rather than help government's ability to function efficiently?
There's a fine line between necessary oversight and counterproductive scrutiny. Constant evaluation can lead to second-guessing decisions, causing delays. However, as one study from the American Political Science Review indicated, structured transparency encourages systematic accountability, ultimately improving decision-making processes given the careful balance is maintained.
Considering technological advancements, how might future governmental transparency look?
We can anticipate digital portals providing real-time updates on governmental proceedings, accessible by all citizens. Leveraging blockchain for record transparency and incorporating AI to flag inconsistencies could revolutionize public access and engagement, fostering enhanced trust and citizen involvement in governance.
Transitioning into a forward-looking view, political leadership is crucial for national progress. Steve, based on today's trends, How do you see leadership development evolving in modern politics?
The trajectory points towards more collaborative and data-driven leadership. Emerging leaders are increasingly leveraging data analytics to craft policies that are responsive to citizen needs, much like a strategy game where real-time data guides player decisions. This trend is apparent in how Rubio's recent policies are data-backed, ensuring informed decisions.
Despite this progress, some argue that data dependence can overlook human elements, such as empathy and lived experiences. How would you respond to this critique?
While data is crucial, it's indeed a valid critique that it must be balanced with human judgment. Leaders need to harness data insights while remaining compassionate, like a coach who not only strategizes based on playbooks but also understands players' emotional and physical conditions. The ability to blend both aspects will define future leaders.
Looking ahead, what novel methods or technologies might leaders employ to effectively govern and lead?
Biometric feedback could soon inform leaders about public sentiments in real time, allowing for more nuanced policy adjustments. Additionally, AI-driven simulation models might predict policy outcomes, helping leaders to strategize more effectively. Such tools, combined with an empathetic approach, would nurture a new generation of adept political leadership.